Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. Welcome to another edition of 4 Downs with the Czar. I'm Emery Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, joined here by our college football analyst, Brandon London. And Brandon, we're here at Stony Brook as they lost to Elon 21-7. Going into first downs, looking at Stony Brook's offense, what were some of your takeaways from this game?
Well, I think that Stony Brook kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple times. Looking at an Elon defense that's been giving up around 400 yards per game, I thought that it was going to be a shootout. I thought that Stony Brook was going to come out throwing the ball, getting the ball to their receivers, but we actually got the exact opposite. It was a running game, and me as a receiver, I hated it.
Well, see, me as a running back, I loved it because I thought they did a great job in running the football. Their offensive line was moving guys off the spot. The running game was clicking. Passing game was inconsistent, which ultimately was a detriment in this ball game.
Yeah, inconsistency in quarterback play with number 10, Carboni. I had a hard time pronunciating his name, but inconsistency in play. I think he threw around 4 interceptions. 1 got dropped in the first quarter, so he really should have threw 5 interceptions. As a receiver, I'm always open, coach. Give me the ball, but you got to have someone who can get you the ball.
Exactly. It's a two-way street. Now, looking at second down, you look at Elon's offense. I thought they did exactly what they had to do on the road, coming in, playing efficient football, and got great quarterback play from their redshirt freshman who managed the game very well.
He managed the game very well, getting the ball to his wide receivers, and you can even see on the opening drive, they took that bubble screen or that jailbreak screen for 80 yards that got called back. But you can see the different things they did with getting the ball out of the quarterback's hand pretty fast, getting the ball to these receivers who were making plays off of yak and making big catches. And I just thought that Elon was the better team, the better prepared offense today.
And it's not necessarily determining whether or not he threw for a bunch of yards. It was converting on third downs, making the passes that he had to make. And that's all you can ask out your quarterback.
That's really all you can ask these days. There's not going to be any quarterbacks out there who really continues to put up 400 yards like a Baylor offense. That's a type of offense. But when you can have a game manager or someone who can come in, get the ball to your weapons, and have a sturdy run game behind it, that's the quarterback you want, and that's the quarterback that prevailed today.
Keeping the football moving down the field. Now let's look at third down. Stony Brook's defense. I thought the defensive line, and there were some good plays in the second and third levels as well, but their defensive line I thought did a great job versus the running game of Elon.
Well, we said it before, number 91, Victor Ochi had himself an amazing game. Number 41, I can't remember his name, but he was flying around the field. And I thought number 8 out of the secondary played a pretty good game when it came to coming up with the run support and such. There was only that 1 run in the second half, and that was after the offense failed to get that fourth down conversion. That's when Stony Brook kind of gave up that long run. But hats off to their defense because they went out and played, and they were, in essence, they were trying to pitch a shutout to win the game.
Exactly, because when you look at a team running the football like Elon wanted to come in and do, and being able to compete down and down out, getting off the field, if your offense can't sustain drives, your defense is going to get tired, and you're going to give up those big runs, and that's exactly what happened, like you mentioned. Now let's move on to fourth down. You look at Elon's defense. I thought the secondary, obviously with the 4 interceptions, almost 5, but a lot of big hits in the running game, but their secondary played well.
Secondary played very well. And it's hard for me as a wide receiver to give a compliment to the secondary, but you know what? Those guys were ball hawks. They went up for balls. They competed for balls. They were, like you said, they were coming down, laying the wood in the run game. They did not look like a defense that's giving up 400 yards per game. So I imagine going forward, this is a victory, a victory for the team and a huge victory for the defense. I want to see what they do for the rest of the season.
And you know, every opponent is a different matchup, but you have to build confidence week in, week out, and this is a great confidence builder builder now. So let's go into players of the game. For Stony Brook, I'm going to go with Victor Ochi, defensive end, 91. He was a pro prospect we wanted to come in and take a look at. But first play of the game, he beat the offensive lineman, got a TFL, and that set the tone for the rest of the game because he was a nuisance all game long.
You're right. You were talking about that push-pull technique. Way to use technique. Way to use technique. All right, so for Stony Brook, I'm going to go with McGinty, number 41, the linebacker, young guy. He was all around the field, flying around, making tackles in the backfield. And the biggest thing was he was running after. Elon was running a lot of jailbreak screens.
Right.
He prevented a lot of those from becoming bigger plays than what they were because he was running to the ball downfield. He was all over the field. I have to give him my player of the game.
Yeah, Noah McGinty, redshirt freshman, 5'11", 220 pounds, did a great job today making plays. Now for Elon, I'm going to just go ahead on and give it to the entire secondary. Like 4 interceptions, nearly 5, almost 9 if we really want to be technical. But I think Elon's secondary did a great job out there today.
All right, well, if you want to go DBs, I'm going to have to go receivers. I give it to Elon's receiving core as a whole. Guys like Trey Lennon and Demetrius Oliver. 80 yards on that first jailbreak screen that ultimately got called back, but he ended up the game. He should have had 100 yards for Trey Lennon, I'm talking about. And then Demetrius Oliver had the big play that would actually he scored right here in this end zone where he went up for it and outmanned a Elon defender. I mean, a Stony Brook defender. And even the other touchdown catch, one of the receivers got big boy, went up for the ball. I just love what these receivers are doing, making plays in the yak and going up and get the ball.
And it's a lot of times it's just about like making a play for your quarterback. It doesn't have to be a consistently accurate pass. You are on scholarship as well as a receiver. You have to go up and make a play, and that's exactly what they did to help out their young quarterback.
Every coach wants a player who can play above the X's and O's. That's what we say. We could obviously call the right call. We could call a bad call. But that one player who can catch a ball 6 yards and take it for 60s, that's playing above the X's and O's, and that's what the Elon receivers did today.
Which is ultimately why they won this game. And again, final score, Elon 21, Stony Brook 7. So for Brandon, I'm Emery Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook. And for more 4 Downs with the Czar, visit our website at footballgameplan.com/4 Downs with the Czar. And for all the scouting notes we got from this ball game, visit our website at footballgameplan.com/Hunts Scouting Notes.